This one's an oldie, but the whole setup on it and everything is the same. So we're just going to dive right in. On this one, there's 2 screws here and here. If yours doesn't have screws, you just have to put a putty knife underneath. There's just clips. But usually there's screws. You take those out, and then this control board just kind of slides forward. Maybe. Yep. And then tilts back. And then there are these big clips here. Just get a flathead screwdriver and push them down and kind of pull them out. One right there. There we go. We're going to undo our lid switch, unplug that. Then this whole top cover and your sides and everything just off. We're able to access everything down here. Then the pump just pulls off of the motor. Now there's 2 clips that hold the motor on, here and here. We just need a Phillips screwdriver to undo those. There we go. So my screwdriver just wanted to strip, so I got a 5/16 nut driver to get that one out. And now these clips right here can just be pried off. There. It should just pull out. It's the direct drive coupling. This is what goes between the motor and the transmission. This is what's called the isolator, and you can see on this one, it's getting, yeah, see right there, really stretched out. It shouldn't be that big. So things are starting to slip. So this is what needs to be replaced. Okay, so now we need to just get these old parts, the one off the transmission and the one off the motor. This one's old and has been on here a long time, so, but you should just be able to take a couple of flathead screwdrivers and pry it right off. Let's put this. Okay, so we need to take this plate off right here. So I just got a little short flathead screwdriver so I could get up underneath that and just pry that one off. So the new one looks a lot different from this older one, and this is a very old washer, so I'm not surprised, but again, it's all the same if it's a direct drive. So this is the old one, and here you can see those holes. This is the new one. They've redesigned it. They reinforced, they made the little legs longer. They've reinforced the center with metal. Anyway, and the isolator, these are teardrops now. Anyway, much better. So this should last them a long time. We're just gonna put this on that, and the shaft is flat on one side and on 2 sides, so just line it up and press it on.
There's a whole nother conversation going on in a parallel universe where nothing breaks and nothing hurts. adults playing frozen and
Okay, so now we need to put this one on the motor side, and we moved the motor out, so just make sure that you put it on the side of the motor that goes into the transmission and not this side that the pump fits on. The first time I did one of these, I did it wrong, so just make sure that you pay attention to that and get it on the right side of the motor, or you'll be prying it off and redoing it. And again, we're just going to line it up on those flat sides of the shaft, and then just take our hammer and pound it on. Okay. All right, so this part gets a little tricky. So these feet here go here and here. There's two of them that stayed in there. But we need to make sure that this one back here gets lined up with these holes that are left open on the isolator. So trying to get those little tiny feet lined up. It just takes a little bit of patience. You can kind of, like if we wanted to put it so that one's right at pointing at the very bottom, and then put that one at the very bottom, kind of helps you line them up. Okay, so now we take our motor clips. Everything spins. Now we can put those screws back in place. Okay, just like that. All right, everything's put back together. Now I can just put the cover on. Plug in your lid switch. Put your clips back in. Tilt your control board.
walking through a crowd, the village is aglow. Kaleidoscope
right, now we're ready to test it.